So now we're going to prove two statements. The first statement is that if x plus x is equal to x, so let's put an if here, then x must be equal to 0. So that's one statement. And the second statement we're going to prove here is for all a, we have that a times 0 is equal to 0, of course. So multiplication by 0 kills everything. And when I write for all a here, I mean for all real numbers a. So let's call this 1, and let's call this 2. So let's now do proof for 1. And it's important that we do it 1 first and 2 second, because we're actually going to use 1 to prove 2. So how do we prove 1? Well, since I'm writing if x plus x is equal to x, it means I can assume this. So suppose x is such that this holds. So now x is supposed to be a real number. It has this property, but also satisfies everything else we know about real numbers, in particular the axioms. So we can make the following chain of equalities. So let's write we compute. I want to show that x is 0. So let's do a chain of equalities that starts with x and ends with 0. So x, who is x? Well, x, well, let's get 0 into play, okay? So let's put plus 0 here. And what can we say about 0? Well, 0 is x plus minus x. So this is a fancy way of writing 0. Now we can move the parentheses around. So that's an axiom. So I'm doing this first and then this. But x plus x, what is that? Well, by assumption, x is a number such that this sum here is just x. So I'm getting this. But minus x is the additive inverse of x. So this is 0. And I'm done. So now let's do proof for 2. So here we're making no assumptions on a, it's just any number. And I want to show that a times 0 is 0. Now we proved this statement here. So if I can show that a times 0 plus a times 0 is equal to a times 0, then a times 0 is 0. Okay, so let's look at a times 0 plus a times 0. What can I say about that? Well, I can factor out a, so that's an axiom. So I get this. And well, if I add something to 0, it's as if 0 wasn't there. So this is the same as a times 0. Since a times 0 satisfies this relation, a times 0 has to be 0. And then I'm done.